I was sitting here and shuffling, and I'm like, what are we going to be talking about? And we're talking about the Two of Cups. So let's get into this. All right, let's call in the angels, saints, ancestors, and spirit guides into our energy for our highest and greatest good with messages for us. And so it is, and so it will be. All right, Two of Cups. Then we have the Devil. Okay. What about this Devil? They're experiencing their own setbacks, maybe obstacles. Maybe what obstacles they set out for you, they are now experiencing. I'm also getting like you have also been through a transformation and maybe felt like there were a lot of obstacles in your way, but you've been able to maybe get assistance. We have Temperance. I feel like peace and harmony. You may have used these obstacles to harmonize in some way. Maybe whatever they sent your way, you used it for something that brings peace and harmony. You may moderate. You may be someone who is able to kind of just blend. Eight of Swords. There's some sort of like sabotage here. Someone tried to maybe sabotage you, or they're watching, stalking, obsessing over whatever they sent your way, right? Whatever they sent your way, you found a way to use for your highest and greatest good. It's like you put healing into the situation, and I feel like they didn't expect that. They didn't expect you to heal from what they did to you, or what they wanted for you, or what they sent your way. Okay, I feel like they're watching to see if anything they've done is working. Okay, so I feel like this is a bit of like a mindset situation, okay? Could be a group, could be a coven, could be family, could be coworkers, could be old friends. I feel like you're being supported as well by a community. I feel like they see what you have overcome as well. Maybe that's what you have in common with them, is that maybe they also are trying to harmonize, overcome, alchemize obstacles, challenges. Okay, I feel like, you know, with the light coming through these trees, it's like it's not easy on the enlightened path. There might have been things you had to navigate that you didn't see. I feel like with the Temperance, this really talks about like mixing things together. So you kind of like used whatever the situation was and you made something beautiful out of it. I feel like this is maybe a talent that people didn't recognize. It's like pouring love into a situation. King of Wands. Fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. Death energy. So this would be talking about a transformation. Is this in the upright? This is in reverse. I feel like this is bad news for whoever might have tried to come against you. I feel like they didn't realize what they were up against until it was too late. I feel like someone is receiving some sort of bad news, some sort of massive ending. Okay, with the Page of Wands in reverse, I'm getting like a bit of playing with fire. It's like if you play with fire, you get burned, right? There's a bit of that. Okay, Page of Cups, bottom of the deck. So I feel like someone's feeling sorry. There's some sort of like not sure how to like get out of a situation. I feel like someone's feeling trapped. Okay. What is this fire sign? Who's this fire sign? Is it clarifying the Devil? It is. Okay. And I feel like whatever energy they put out, I feel like they're the ones having to go through a transformation now. It's kind of like they created their own obstacles. They created their own blockages, trying to keep you stuck, not free flowing. They're the one that's stuck now. They're having to watch you be free and flowing. It's like whatever, it's like you use energy. It's like you understand how energy works. Okay, maybe they don't. This is some sort of like master skill here with temperance. This is like earth angel energy too. I feel like you have support too, like messenger support. You may receive messages. All right, Page of Wands in reverse. I'm getting like the Page of Wands is like going on an adventure, exploring something, receiving some sort of news, maybe creating something, having this passionate new creativity. I feel like whatever they thought that they could create from it, it created some sort of ending, darkness, something that they need to kind of like embrace. There's a lot of shadow energy here. I feel like they manifested from a shadow perspective, a fear perspective with the devil. So so they're like disempowered almost with the Page of Wands. It's like whatever they sent out is somehow returning times whatever number, because the 7, that's 8 wands, and then I have a 2 of wands here, so that's 10 wands. So someone's feeling very burdened. They may have to withdraw a bit and look at things differently. They could be mapping or charting something out, coming up with a plan, which direction to take. Okay, so they may need to receive some sort of insight as to whatever plan they think might work out best. Okay, we have a Star card, and then we have the Strength card. Okay, so I feel like there's some sort of like wishes, dreams, hopes. There's like some sort of high hopes to get back maybe into someone's energy. But I feel like you're much stronger than you were before. I'm also getting like you have courage and confidence. And I'm getting like you don't need anyone, in the sense of like you don't need this energy to come back in your life. I feel like that's their pride and ego thinking that like you need somebody like them, right? Like you're nothing without them. I'm getting this energy, this cockiness, feminine or masculine. Strength card is telling me that you've had a lot of patience. You're trusting in divine timing. Like you're very connected. You're in this healing energy. Either you're a healer or you're tapping into things that are like above man, in the sense of, you know, you're studying. You could be connecting with the stars. You could be following astrology. You could be interested in the planets and astronomy. I feel like this is you kind of tapping into more of why you're here. And so you very much could be open to connect. I feel like this is you connecting, okay, with something greater than yourself. I feel like this was something that you were meant to learn, right? It's how to master the ability to understand that, you know, you're a soul having a human experience. And then here's this Strength card, which often talks about inner strength and patience and confidence and courage. I feel like you've gained courage and strength to be your magical self, okay? I feel like there might have been an attempt to create something to prevent you from this path. I feel like there was an attempt to keep you stuck and trapped in your mind, thinking you're not good enough to do what you came here to do. But you used all of this pain and suffering and this projected energy, and you were able to transmute it. So I feel like someone's plans have backfired here. I feel like you turn to self-love with the Page of Cups. So like you loving yourself helped you out of a situation that you didn't really understand you were in. All right. I feel like this was, you know, something that, you know, they may have intended to wound you. This is like wounded warrior energy, but I feel like it only made you stronger with the Strength card. So I feel like whatever attempts to prevent you only made you stronger and more convicted and devoted to what you're here to do. I feel like everything has led up to this, okay? They very much may find themselves in a predicament that they don't know how to get out of. They may be struggling with finding courage. Let's see. 9 of Wands. Yeah. 8 of Cups. Yeah, there was a need to walk away and choose something that was tied to your soul calling. Like you went towards the light where someone decided to stay stuck where they're at. And I feel like both had a decision to make, and you made your decision, they made theirs. It's like now they made their bed, now they need to lie in it. Okay? You're moving on. This is like a soul's quest, a soul's journey here. Like standing up for something that you believe in and going after it, regardless of what anyone else has to say. Even if you're wounded, like you're someone who, if someone takes you down, you get right back up again. Okay? I get knocked down, but I get up again. It's like one of those. You're never gonna keep me down, right? 3 of Swords. Yeah. Right? Competition, betrayal, heartache, betrayal in the sense of like maybe even those that were like with the 8 of Cups. Like this could be family, this could be friends, this could be coworkers. I feel like this was a process for you to free yourself from this. Okay, I feel like there was a choice here, right? I feel like you made a choice too, and you chose the enlightened path instead of staying stuck and stagnant in the material realm. There's this like choosing to do better and be better, right? And I'm getting with the 3 of Swords, you know, this was a catalyst for this healing, okay? Regardless of the attempts, the fears, right? The distractions. It's like, this doesn't work for me anymore. A Sun card, right? This is like the child of light. This is being of the light, choosing the light, being loved and love. It's like, it was meant to be an experience, not a curse. It was meant to help you grow and develop. So sometimes our suffering is for our highest and greatest good, and it's for our soul's growth and development. If we didn't have anything to kind of overcome and challenge us, then we stay limited, we stay small, we stay in our wounding. And I'm getting like this process helped you to see the wounding, deal with the wounding, and overcome it. Okay? So you've overcome quite a bit. Okay, 6 of Pentacles. Let's see what the 6 of Pentacles is about. Lovers. The High Priestess. All right. 13 on my timer. Might be seeing 4s a lot. 444 or 44. All right, the 6 of Pentacles is telling me that there very much could be someone who sees something in you that wants to help you out. It could be someone who, there may be some sort of, I don't know, I guess, air sign energy, but I'm getting like choice, whether something's right or wrong, going within, tapping in, anchoring in like divine guidance. So there may be something that you do that, you know, is admired by somebody. They may want to kind of help you out in some sort of way. There's some sort of like maybe somebody's needing something from you as well. And then, yeah, I'm getting like whatever you experience, you're able to use it to help others. Okay, so this could just be like you in conversation with people, you not operating from a wounded place anymore. So you show up different, right? Because you are different. And how you interact with others is also different because there's areas in your life that you've worked on and healed. There is this, you know, maybe some secrets here. I'm getting like there could be something that's unknown to you. I feel like there might be energy watching to see what this is. Maybe who's coming into your life. There's interest. I'm getting like there's spying to see if this is counterpart of some sort. I'm getting with, you know, I'm getting there's like studying going on, there's learning, there's tapping into like what's like maybe not aware to you. So having access to your unconsciousness, like your subconscious and conscious mind here. You could be studying, you could be working, you could be very strong, intuitive. You may pick up on things going on without even being present. So there's this knowing about you. I feel like somebody might have chosen their shadow, and you understand this. You may have spoken on this. You may be speaking on this. You may be someone who taps into that wisdom and shares it in some way. This King of Wands is someone who, you know, acts out of passion. Let's say Four of Cups, bottom of the deck. Someone may be missing your energy here. These two, Queen of Pentacles, Four of Wands. Let's get one more to finish the row. Yeah, I feel like whatever you're doing, that it's like initiate. There was an initiation here, and there very much could be a counterpart as well. And I feel like people are like watching to see if this is coming together or not, because it's like they know it's in the energy, and they're like maybe stalking, watching to see if it's coming to fruition. But I'm getting like something you do, or something you learn, or something you tap into in whatever way that is. I feel like it's allowed you to be more stable and secure in your own right. You have worked on your healing so that you trust your intuition over what other people say and do, right? And I feel like this is helping you to be independent. You may have gone through a process of transformation, and this will speak to, you know, letting old things end so that new things can begin. And I feel like you're manifesting and working on your stability and security when it comes to the physical reality. You very much could be tapping in and then bringing all of that wisdom and knowledge here into the physical realm. This is like Mother Earth energy. This is also helping others in the physical plane with the wisdom and knowledge that you have access to in some way, shape, or form. So this can be you going through your own process and sharing advice, supporting a friend, or having a business. Maybe this is something that's calling for you to see how you can build your bag. So some of you might be booked and busy. You could be an entrepreneur. You could be embarking on something new that is going to bring a lot of stability. I also have the Four of Wands. So this might have been something that you're working towards. Like this is talking about like an accomplishment, celebration, something being recognized, like you made it energy. It also can represent a union. It also can represent it coming into the physical realm. It's like, you know, it's kind of happening maybe in a higher realm, and it's being grounded here in the physical realm. And then this is, again, like people coming, like this energy coming together and anchoring it and grounding it here in the physical. Four of Wands, you know, this is about stability, security. I was talking about 444 earlier, and then we have the Two of Wands over here. You know that there's something that you're meant to create here, and it could be something that you've been planning. Okay, so maybe you've been keeping it secret. I feel like your wishes and dreams are coming true as well with the Nine of Cups. I feel like you're abundant in your own right. If you've been doing a lot of manifesting in intention work, I feel like this is recognizing that not only are you going to have the commitment, the union, the celebration, and the recognition that you deserve for all your hard work, okay? As well as some sort of stability and security. This could be you owning your own business. This could be your business taking off. This very much could be you starting something that is going to maybe be on the side at first, and then you transition. So there's a bit of like going from the north node here, from the south node to the north node here. It's like turning pain into power, using your abilities here to empower you. And I feel like there very much could be someone coming in that can do this as well. Like there's some sort of like commonality here. You have something in common, you're compatible. This talks about a union as well. You could be getting like remarried or married or a stable kind of commitment. Also could be a partnership in business when it comes to the Queen of Pentacles. So maybe something you do now for work might be coming to an end so that you can totally be in your power in some sort of spiritual business way, or doesn't even have to be spiritual. Maybe something that has a higher vibration to it. So I feel like there could be a need to kind of like do a bit of redirection here. Okay, Nine of Cups is telling me this is like soft life living. This is enjoying the fruits of your labor. Having enough, right, to share. Like there's plenty of cups here for all to enjoy. So it's like you're not gatekeeping love, you're sharing love, right? And you're grateful for all that you have. There's this like, I have enough for everybody, right? There's this like, you know, I'm just missing that one cup. And it's kind of like, well, you know, I'm missing that one cup. Because otherwise that would be the 10 of Cups. This also could represent you traveling and experiencing life in other places. I feel like you could be traveling, right, and experiencing life in other places, spaces. I feel like there very much could be a decision that you need to make that might bring this move on. It might have something to do with work. Some of you might be relocating for work, or having more funds in which to travel and enjoy the soft life. Maybe for most of your life, you've done, you know, the 9 to 5 grind. So this would be you taking a break from that and enjoying, or stopping it completely, because I do have the Death card. This can represent like you know, saying like, all right, I'm done with that experience. I want something new in my life. And this is you experiencing that. Okay. 8 of Wands with the Star. You're definitely on track. All right. 10 of Wands. Burdens. Heaviness. Hanged Man. Okay. And then we have the 2 of Cups, which was at the bottom of the deck when we started. Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, there's a new cycle. There's a new like cycle of life playing out here. I feel like your old contracts that you had with people, places, things, even work, are ending. And so something new is beginning. I feel like you might be moving, heading in another direction. It is something that you're going to kind of put down the burdens of the past. I feel like you've gained a higher perspective and see things differently now. You're able to kind of surrender to the process. And I feel like you knew that there was something better for you and you went after it. And right now you're just allowing for things to come in naturally. Okay. So it's kind of like hang back, relax, trust the process. Things are closing so that something new can come in. And it has something to do with love. We have the 2 of Cups, the 4 of Wands, and the Lovers. I feel like whatever karmic lesson that you needed to learn regarding the past, you learned it. And you are applying it with the High Priestess energy. Okay, you are most definitely applying what you learned. I feel like there is a burden, or there will be burdens for those who are still holding on to the past. It's like they're taking everything with them, and you have freed yourself. I feel like also there might be a lot of things to kind of wrap up in order for maybe you to be in this energy here once you make that final decision. So focus on the things that you can control and take care of so that you truly can be free from the situations that hold you here in this moment. The Hanged Man is telling me that it's like take time out to relax. You may be keeping yourself busy because that's what you're used to doing. So maybe take some time to rest and prioritize self-care. Going within for guidance, knowing when to move, when not to move, what to take on, what not to take on. Okay. Not everything do you need to do alone. So if there are certain things that you feel like are out of your wheelhouse, ask for help. There's resources. Not everything is for you. And to be able to use the discernment and understanding and divine connection that you have is going to help you make decisions. And also, like, the burdens of the past and this heartbreak and maybe the individuals you've dealt with, like, you can't take on their stuff as well. Like, they're responsible for their own bag of bricks. In this case, their own pack of lumber. It's like, what's that game? Like pickup sticks? Yeah. Like, this person doesn't even have a free hand. So if anything fell, like, it all comes crumbling down. I feel like, let's make sure that we're not maintaining this energy. This is a very, like, low, way down energy. Right? Yeah. There also could be, you know, an energy feeling like they're not able to come forward towards you. They do know that they've created a lot of burdens for themselves. They may have intentioned these to be yours. So we're not taking on anyone else's burdens. I feel like the cycle is closing for a reason. And, you know, there is this understanding, right? Look at the Wheel of Fortune in the world. Yeah, this is you learning the lessons and integrating them. This is also you elevating and moving on, right? It's like one door closes, another one opens, okay? One door, I have to write this down. One door closes, another opens. All right, that's beautiful. Let's see what else we got. Tell us more, tell us more. The Moon in reverse for the Three of Swords. Damn. Oof. I feel like, oof. Knight of Cups, Ace of Cups. Someone is no longer stuck in an illusion. They see clearly now, since the energy is shifted here. I'm getting like something's being illuminated about some energy here when it comes to like the Devil, the Three of Swords. So I feel like whatever was being done behind the scenes, okay, and there is this like player energy potentially. I feel like their things are being illuminated, okay? I feel like they're being seen for who they truly are. And I'm getting like also what they carry around with them, which is their burdens. Maybe this energy projects their burdens on other people instead of dealing with them themselves. I feel like you have love for yourself and humanity. You're someone who prays a lot. You connect a lot. You fill up your own cup, and it's always refillable. You no longer allow yourself to be depleted for the sake of someone else. And you are making wishes and dreams for the future. Okay, this is like serenity. This is peace. This is happiness. This is love. Okay, I feel like you have love for many things. Like it's like this expansive energy. And then I have a Hermit. You keep yourself kind of protected. The Hermit tells me that you don't share your energy with everybody, in the sense of like, you keep your private life to yourself. You're a very private person. People may not understand you. You may come from a very interesting energy or perspective. Hermit also talks about Virgo, earth sign energy. So you may be going on a quest or have gone on a quest. You could be feeling called to share and experience the spiritual side of things, right? It's like tapping into the elements, right? The Hermit is also like surrounded by fire on one side. So yeah, I'm getting like there's some sort of like going within for guidance, right? I feel like you're very much connected to higher dimensions even. I feel like someone may see that you have a whole lot of love. I feel like maybe they're recognizing this now, whereas before they were very much wounded and blaming you for everything. But I feel like you're the one that brought love to the situation. They may have had to step away from it to really see it clearly. Like there's clarity happening here. Maybe people are seeing getting clarity about this person or the situation. I'm getting like you removed yourself because someone was giving to others and investing in others or in other situations, and you chose yourself. You chose your connection to the spirit realm. This is you choosing your faith over any illusions of the past that was surrounded by fear, pain, and suffering. You freed yourself from this. Yep, I feel like there was this like guiding light with the Sun card saying, okay, come over here. Here's a place of peace and safety. Yeah, you protect your peace. King of Swords. Ace of Wands. Strong energy here. Three of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. Get out of town. Fantastic. I love this. Okay, so this is telling me that the divine knows exactly what was going on behind the scenes. I feel like there's someone here who has strong intuition, strong integrity. There's this energy of clear knowing, clear sight. This could represent either someone is kind of looking out after you energetically. This could be a spirit guide, an ancestor. It could be a friend. It could be someone that you connect with this Two of Cups. It could be Archangel Michael even, okay, with the High Priestess and the King of Swords. I feel like you're meant to create something here, and your creation here, your work to be done here, your ability to tap in and use it to help others is protected. There is some sort of teamwork, collaboration, or even some sort of commitment coming in. So it's kind of like you're meant to co-create with the three. Okay, I'm getting like there's some sort of consulting going on here. Like I feel like you're part of a team. So I feel like you could be part of a divine team of some kind. All right, and then I have an Ace of Pentacles. So I feel like there is some sort of blessing, gift, some sort of like help up or help out coming your way, and it could be coming from a King of Swords. They may support you in some way, and they may have some sort of interest to collab or create. This could be a work setting, so this could be like a promotion or a new project opening up that maybe, you know, you've been only dreaming about here. I feel like it's going to help elevate you. Ace of Pentacles, we love that. Thank you. Yeah, we have a Queen of Cups who's been possibly, you know, a bit, who's this Queen of Cups? I feel like they're watching with the Page of Swords. I feel like they're burdened by what they maybe took from you, or maybe that's how they perceive it, is that like they took something from you and maybe it wasn't all that it cracked up to be. Oh, there's a bit of like, oh, I'm getting this. Look at, I feel like somebody is watching somebody else. Okay, and then to confirm that, I have a Page of Swords, and underneath that is the Ten of Swords. So I feel like whatever they thought that they can send your way only made you stronger, and they're watching this. This bothers them. This creates some sort of like angst. So this could be a feminine or masculine. We'll get more. I just saw the page of, oops, Five of Wands. Yeah, they thought that maybe if they created a bunch of distractions, obstacles, challenges, that they would keep you off track and not in your enlightened energy. I feel like the trap they set for you is the trap they find themselves. Okay, so You know, they're going, it's like if they want to be like you, then they're going to have to go through what you went through. So if they wanted to like have some sort of impact on your path, then, and if they're jealous and envious and they want to be like you, well then, you know what, here you go. If you want to be just like them, let's get going. Let's get training. I'm getting like, let's get training. So somebody very much could have been through some sort of strong preparation, training. It's like gauntlet energy, okay? This path is not an easy path. And maybe they're watching because they're trying to figure out how to do it themselves, but they're watching you because they know that you've done it. So there's this bit of like sitting back, watching somebody else. I don't know. We'll get more of that. 6 of Cups. So I'm getting like, it could have something to do with the past version of you. What's this? Knight of Pentacles, 9 of Swords. God, burp that out. Oof. Ooh-wee. All right, y'all. Knight of Pentacles mid-position tells me that whatever they have been working on, okay, this takes investment, energy, paying money, like this involves like managing life. Maybe things around the house or things in their life are falling apart. Okay, maybe at one point they were balanced. There was some sort of like having some sort of trust that like things were going to pick up a bit, or even though things are kind of slow and steady, it's like maybe they thought that there was going to be some sort of solution. Maybe they did something thinking that they were going to increase something financially or some sort of abundance or some sort of change in their physical reality. So I'm getting like with this being in the mid position, I feel like this might have been like projected energy towards you from this person, hoping and wishing that like things don't work out for you. I can't even... Yeah, this is like wanting something not to work out for somebody, right? They may have paid a lot of money, right? And they're losing money. I feel like whatever they've done, they're losing. Things are falling like to the wayside. Whatever money they thought that they could make off of your pain is going straight to you instead of them. So there's like a redirection of energy. And there is this fear, this anxiety, this dealing with incessant thoughts. Like they can't get you out of the mind. Like the mindset is rocked. They're having a hard time getting out of a negative mindset. They're not sure how to navigate this. They're not sure how to get out of this. They're not sure how to fix this. There's a lot of drama. There's a lot of lying. There's a lot of deceit. There's a lot of projection. Okay. Past energy. So these are people that are not currently in your circle. All right. What else is going on here? Yeah. Someone realizes where they invested, they are not going to gain. It's like they're losing finances. They're losing jobs. They're losing what they thought made them feel better than someone else. They're losing that. They don't have any more power. Their whole life is falling apart. Look at 2 of Swords. Yeah, they thought that they could create some sort of illusion and confusion. Lack of clarity, okay? This is like trying to create blockages. They're trying to create a blockage for this divine counterpart coming in. The reality of the situation is they know it's not working and it's going to be returned to sender. And so they very much could be afraid. They could be experiencing some sort of nightmare, some sort of like haunting even. They could be dealing with like, if they were casting out negative energy, black magic, or someone was paying a practitioner, like they blocked them damn selves. Okay. Emperor energy. I feel like you get what you pay for. You get what you paid for. Oh, brother. Someone's getting what they paid for. Right? So it's kind of like their intentions or what they are receiving. Yeah, Six of Cups. You're being protected. Like your creative adventures, your creative ventures. You know, this past energy is now realizing like you're the one with the ability to create. You're the one that has the ability to tap in. You're the one that has the ability to manifest. Maybe they've been manifesting over here, right? From a place of lack. Therefore, they're experiencing lack. So what you wish upon for other people will return back to you. It just takes a matter of time. Just takes a matter of time. I feel like they have a lot of things going on in their life. They should pay attention to their own life instead of yours. Because things aren't looking so stable and great over here. Especially in the mid position. Like, handle your own business. Right? Look at Queen of Swords. Handle your own business. Like, you know, like, you've got enough to worry about, right? Queen of Swords is not putting up with any shit. She's going to tell it like it is. Okay? You know, tell it like it is, speak truth in their most authentic self. She sees things coming before they even happen. This is someone who's a strong intuitive, someone who has a strong knowing, like a lot of clear abilities here. All right, definitely clear cognizance. Okay, there isn't anything that you're gonna get by this Queen of Swords, whoever they may be. This could be a masculine. This could be a feminine. Okay, take it how it might resonate for you if this is hitting. Okay, Four of Pentacles. Yeah, someone is like trying to hold on to whatever they have left. Whatever false sense of security they think this is, they're holding on tightly. They're refusing to change. And let me tell you, like, change is needed whether they like it or not. Look at Emperor in reverse. I can't. I mean, come on. Emperor in reverse. That's what I'm talking about. Over here is the Emperor in reverse. This is a masculine in their South Node. Okay, it doesn't have to be a masculine. It could be a feminine. Someone who like abuses their power. This is someone who's like a tyrant. Someone who's very controlling, manipulative, calculating. Like will use certain things to influence. It's like the illusions. Three of Swords over here, and then we have the Devil. So this is talking about this Emperor in reverse. Okay, they're very focused on the material realm of things. There's a tower playing out for this energy that I'm picking up. I feel like they blocked themselves, and I was just talking about like change, right? Change is happening whether you like it or not. And so what I'm getting is that here's that change, okay? Like wrecking ball chain, like downfall change, okay? Like this tower is huge. This is going to be huge. That's for sure. And here's the thing, like, you can reflect a little bit on your own situation and realize, like, whatever you experience, this pain and suffering over here, it was because there was things in the subconscious mind that needed to come to light so that you had the awareness. And I'm getting like that's playing out with this energy too. Like whatever subconscious stuff playing out here, the unhealed version of them, it's coming out so that it can be cleared, okay, and healed. Or at least it's coming into light, meaning awareness, okay? Being illuminated. All right, what else we got over here? This is someone who's a follower. This is not someone who's a leader. This is also someone who does not prioritize their family or being a provider or having a stable, secure home. This is someone who competes with their partner instead of supporting their partner. And this person is an illusion, like they're delusional. Ooh, look at, I can't make it up. Justice. Justice is playing out here as it relates to what's been going on. I feel like, you know, it can be bittersweet justice, you know? And there is a need to kind of have balance be restored. And this is like karmic justice. This is divine justice. Okay? Again, still holding on to your energy, still thinking they can play around in your energy. Justice is here. So if someone was like thinking like they're a whole bag of chips or whatever that saying is, you guys can tell me in the comments. You know how I am with these phrases. Someone thought that they were a bag of chips. Come to find out that they're falling from grace and balance is being restored. And I'm getting there very much could be some legal issues here. So, Knight of Swords over the Ace of Cups. So this very much could be, what do you want to say about this Knight of Swords? There's some sort of authority, okay, when it comes to dealing with this justice playing out. So this could be like receiving information or, you know, information coming quickly. This could be something that was going on in the internet, online, maybe playing some sort of games. There's some sort of like mind games or manipulation going on here. It could be even the sense of attacks, right? Like there could be attacking somebody's character, attacking somebody's way of life or way of being, or criticizing somebody for their beliefs. There's some of that too. It's like persecution energy I'm getting. Or this could be the one who's delivering information, proof, evidence. Because this also can represent someone who has contractual duty. A Knight of Swords is someone who like upholds some sort of law. Okay, so again, next to justice, I'm getting like this energy here. Whatever they were doing in the dark is coming to light. I feel like they hurt many people in doing what they were doing, and they're being held accountable here, is what I'm getting. We'll get more info. Okay, so the Knight of Swords is someone maybe that has some sort of authority. It could be spiritual authority or it could be physical authority, like police, lawyer, judge. Someone making a ruling, information being revealed. Okay, and then I have a Page of Cups. Okay. All right. Let me see what else we have. The Empress. Yeah, the Empress is being protected by this King of Swords. Okay. And the children. There might be children involved here with the Six of Cups. But I'm also getting like the Empress is being protected from this past person. Look at, I can't make it up. King of Swords over here is underneath the Six of Cups. No, it was like this. Yeah, like this. And then we have the Empress. And here's the Six of Cups. So sometimes when we see the Six of Cups, it's like someone being genuine, kind, caring. It represents like past memories or just things that like fondness even. It also can represent like inner child or children or family. So I'm getting like heavy protection over here. And then I have Judgment here and the Four of Cups. Let's get one more card. Complete the row. There's a lot going on, y'all. I hope you guys are good. Please tell me. Leave me in the comments how you're doing. I don't get to talk to you guys all the time. Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like whatever's playing out here is being made fair. Someone is definitely feeling the loss of you and the situation. They also realize like there's an ending. So there's no returning back, right? Like they are facing judgment. They're facing accountability. They're facing something that, you know, they're feeling, you know, a bit maybe caged in about. Maybe they're having a hard time freeing themselves from something. They're having a hard time dealing with their emotions even. They're having a hard time leaving things in the past. There's a whole lot of in the emotions and feeling like having to do that self-evaluation about like, why would you do that to somebody who you actually have feelings for, and loved? Like, why would, like, there's this like having to think through the process, having to feel the feels. They may be doing like a bit of a life review, I'm not gonna lie. So, and there's some sort of pattern here, there's some sort of lesson that needs to be learned. I feel like someone gained the lesson and planted new seeds accordingly. I feel like someone still needs to learn the lesson. Someone still needs to learn how to love themselves so that they can love others. I feel like that's kind of a root cause situation here. This might be coming to their awareness with the Judgment. There's a need to kind of like, maybe they want to kind of find some sort of redemption. But they can't redeem themselves with you. They have to redeem their own spirit, their own soul, and deal with the consequences of their actions with the Justice and the Knight of Swords. There could be a bit of like, I'm sorry, please forgive me energy, but you may not be willing to hear them out. I feel that you've already moved on, and it's maybe a bit too late. This also can speak to an awakening. Someone may be through this process going through an awakening, right? Seeing how they've kept themselves trapped, right? And small. Letting their past affect their present and where it actually got them. Right? I feel like there's this evaluation of their life and they're like, everything I've done has literally been a bit of like catastrophic, right? Like nothing ever works out for me, so why should I try kind of energy. Like, again, the changing and wanting to make changes and do things differently than maybe your brother or your sister or your father or your mother or your grandparents. This is like repeating things to an extent too. Like, when are you gonna get off the ride? Okay. I do have the Nine of Pentacles. So looking at this pile, this is, abundance, stability, security. You doing better than you were before. You using everything as a way to build from. And now your empire's looking mighty good. I feel like everything that they wished upon you to create some sort of unsettlement, to create some sort of loss, lack, is literally, it's building you up, where they very much could be losing that stability, security that they thought that they had, that they coveted. There's this like redirection of stability and security, abundance even. Okay. So it's like falling out of their pockets and into your pockets. Look at Page of Pentacles, Hierophant. Yeah, you're meant to teach. You're meant to help others. Okay, and then we have the Fool card. Yeah, like you have this innocence about you. You have this kindness about you. People think maybe you're naive, but they don't really understand you, I would say, because you're not. You may come off that way. You may come off very like kind, sweet, and people think they can take advantage of you. But then once they do, they learn a very difficult spiritual lesson. Okay, like the divine don't play about you. And sometimes you are the one that they send in to see how people are going to treat you. And based on the way that they play their cards is how, things get dealt with. All right, I feel like there's something new happening for you. I feel like it's spiritually aligned, and I'm getting you are going to love this new chapter of your life. I feel like you have a new perspective, a new outlook on life, and you're very much sharing this perspective. You might be someone who's in the limelight a bit, and you're like, look, if I can do it, you can do it. Okay, so there's a bit of that. And I'm getting like there was something that you were able to connect with. This is like a strong it's like a belief system type connection that you have made with yourself. And you may have reconciled with your inner child. So that is very freeing. You're not holding on to the past. In fact, you're being divinely guided here, nurtured, maybe even taught. So if you've been expanding your wisdom and knowledge when it comes to your spiritual connections, abilities, belief systems, I feel like whatever, was meant to kind of block you only like lit a fire within you. So I feel like you've connected to the fire within. And that's amazing. This Fool card is like, I'm going for it. I don't give a shit. We're going big. I feel like dream big. Okay, confirming this fallen emperor here. The Moon card in reverse. So they're being seen for who they truly are. Okay, this person may have been either recently affected by some sort of competition, betrayal, or heartbreak, or they're the one who's doing it. I would say it goes both ways there. And then we have the Devil energy. So yeah, somebody abuses their power for personal gain. And I'm getting it's a water sign. So it's either feminine or masculine. Okay, but I do have a lot of masculine cards here, so they could lead in their masculine energy. King of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Look at Justice and the Six of Wands. There's victory here. There's balance playing out, and there's victory here. All right, victory over the shenanigans. You rising above the situations because you saw things more clearly than maybe they anticipated. They thought you a fool, but who's the fool now? It's not you. Okay, so fairness is being restored. This is divine justice here. This is like light wins. Okay, you overcoming these challenges and continuing to move on is the power here. That's what holds the power. It's like no matter what you experience in life, you overcome it. Okay. This is overcoming life's challenges and persevering with victory. I have the Knight of Wands. Okay, so I'm getting like they may have violated some sort of laws, okay, is what I'm getting here. And I'm getting with like the Knight of Wands, it might be passion driven, or there's some sort of like rushing in and out and being a player. Like I saw the Knight of Cups over here. We have the Knight of Wands over here. Let's get one more. Yeah, I feel like someone is being outed for the player that they are. All right, I feel like there's some sort of group here. There's many people involved, and they know about what this person does or how they operate or what they've done. I feel like there's talk about what this person's been doing behind the scenes. So maybe someone has a dirty little secret that's coming out. That's what I'm getting. I feel like somebody chose maybe a third party and they're regretting this now. They're realizing all it's really done is create burdens for them while you're glowing up. Okay, this is like a glow up of all glow ups. Okay, like you're not even the same reality anymore. All right. Two of Pentacles. There's a need to... Someone juggled an Empress is what I'm getting. Wow. Look at whatever direction you took was the right direction. And you're being encouraged to stay focused and devoted to what you're here to do. Create. Okay? Like get into that creative mindset. Have fun. Right? Maybe art, dance, sing, play music, get outside in nature, or whatever you're mastering. It's going to pay off, okay? It is 100% going to pay off, and that's the 10 of Pentacles. And so it's like 10 here, 10. So it's like 10, 10. All right? So it's like double the amount, right? This is like legacy energy. This is like preparing for the future generations. They will have the wisdom, the knowledge, and the know-how on how to master the earthly experience. That's a legacy. That's what you're mastering. and you made the right decision and you went in the right direction, and it's going to pay off, and it's going to pay off for generations to come. Look at 10 of Cups, 10, 10, 10. I shit you not. Oh my God, I don't think I've ever gotten this ever, and I've done a lot of tarot readings. Look at this. 8 of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles, 10 Pentacles. Then we have the 10 of Pentacles. Then we have the 10 of Cups. 10, 10, 10. This hard work, this self-mastery, whatever you're being guided to do, that you are diligent about, committed about, this could be learning something. Whatever you're learning is going to change the trajectory of not just your life, but those that you're around and those to come after you. This is like big deal, okay? Big, big deal. So let me just give you the props, because you got the golden ticket, okay? Look at the Tower, all right? Golden ticket. The golden ticket is the wisdom and knowledge, okay? It's not something that you can buy, all right? It's something that you have to do the work and earn and master. You understand that whatever you intend, you have to back it up with the hard work, okay? So this is you embracing your investments. What you've invested in is going to pay off, okay? Like dividends. You may just be able to live off the dividends of what you're creating, or the future selves of you, the future versions of you can literally live off the dividends and live the most happy, beautiful life, okay? Look at also a 10, which is under the 10 of Cups, right? You learning these karmic lessons is bringing in wish fulfillment, okay? Emotional fulfillment, happiness, joy, okay? Like anchoring in new earth energy, okay? It's like you've learned how to do this, okay? And it's like you're tapping into like past generations too. So you work with your ancestors. Look at 7 of Swords over here. All right, so somebody's still up to the same old shit. All right, trying to think that they can affect you in some kind of way, and they can't. Let's see. I feel like this is also like a little side note to not let what's happened in the past hold you back from what's for you, what you like dream and wish for. This is a bit of like making plans. Okay, let's see. 3 of Wands. It's like waiting for, it's like you're about to embrace what's next, but there's some sort of like having to kind of sit back. There's a 7 of Swords, 3 of Wands, and a 5 of Swords. So this would be past energy. I feel like they're going to, what's this? 10 of Swords. They really thought that they could take you out. They thought that they could prevent you from being able to do something that the divine is calling you to do and master. They tried to, this is the 10 of Swords in the reverse. All right, so this is like putting the nail in the coffin and taking somebody out, and the end. Like this is like the end. This is what they wished for you. This is what they wanted for you. 7 of Swords is saying like, this is a snake in the grass. 5 of Swords is saying this one's a liar, a thief, and someone who talks shit behind your back. So, and this is surrounded by this one over the 8 of Pentacles, but I will put it over here. 5 of Swords. Yeah, I feel like the plans that they had for you didn't work. That's what they're being held accountable for when it comes to the justice. Okay? I'm also getting, what else do you want to say? 5 of Cups. Yeah. I was going to say, like, they're now having to deal with what they intended is what their experience now is or has been. Okay? So they're dealing with their own upsets. Okay? Yeah, while you move on, you've moved on. You're no longer in this existence with them. Okay, I feel like they realize they have lost you forever. So this could be playing out energetically for them as far as like them finally realizing that they did have a beautiful future until they chose to try to create some sort of demise for you. And they're not going to be able to come back from this when it comes to you. And there's a lot of debt to pay, okay, for trying to take you out in whatever way that is. This all was used, and you were in this Five of Cups at one point. I feel like you picked these cups up and you sat them upright and you decided to pour into each one of them on your own. All right, this is you filling up your own cups. This is you realizing like what relationships are worthy, which are not. And you may have actually left some cups spilled over and walked away from them once and for all. And this is you choosing you. This is you choosing your happiness over someone else's misery. And as a result of you doing that, you learned a really big lesson. And I feel like they're still going to have to learn the lesson. I feel like they're still in their deceptive, win at all costs kind of energy, where you're not playing games with anybody, right? Like if they want to play games, they can play games with themselves. They can keep wishing ill will on you and experience the backlash of it. I feel like you're untouchable now. I feel like you used this situation for what it was. Look at 555. 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups, 5 of Swords. This is telling me that there's nothing but needing to work on oneself. There's a lot of shadow work energy here to be done. This is someone who, instead of doing the work, maybe makes other people feel less than in some way so that they feel better about themselves. This is someone who inflicts pain so that they can gain in some way. Even if it's just something mean in the moment, it somehow makes them feel better about themselves. So this person's very like, misery loves company, okay? And you're like, I got bigger things to do. Ace of Swords is like, you've got a talent, you've got a gift, you've got some sort of creative spark, and you're meant to share this. You're meant to create a new reality here, and you very much could be someone that, shares their dreams, their hopes, their wishes, their magic even. You could be mystical or a mystic, a witch, or someone who is just extremely gifted and talented in something. I feel like the world is meant to see you and your magic. So the only thing that can truly hold you back is yourself. The only thing that can truly hold you back is yourself. Okay? Because I will tell you that this energy is most definitely holding themselves back, okay? They've sabotaged themselves in the situation here in every way possible, trying to prevent you from being who you are. They have totally created a demise for themselves, trying to come after you. You are divinely protected, and what you are here to do is also protected. You may receive divine guidance. You may receive some sort of truth and clarity. It's like the truth and clarity is coming out about who this energy is and what truly happened and all the people involved. Because let's not get it twisted. There were other people involved. And they may be feeling sorry for their involvement and believing this person, but they have their own debt to pay. I feel like you're being protected because you're meant to create something here that's really important. And you have the right to do so, whether they agree or not. It's not up to them. It is not up to them about what you do with your life whatsoever. So take your power back and know who the F you are. Exclamation point. Yeah, chariot energy, like you're on a purpose and a mission. Like you're meant to stay focused. This is you having that perseverance and determination to do what you came here to do. All right? Like you're not taking anyone's shit. Neither is like the divine. I feel like this is divine assistance, intervention, like the divine's involved, okay? There's like their truth, your truth, and then there's like divine truth. okay? And no one's more important, more stronger or bigger or anything like that than the divine. Okay, the Chariot's coming out officially. Put that there. Full steam ahead is what I'm getting. We're going to use the rest of these cards. There's the Tower that's coming in hot for this situation, these people. Okay, whoever they may be. And then we have the Six of Swords. They will not be moving towards collecting $200. In fact, they're going to have to go back around and learn what they didn't learn the first time. They're regretting the decisions they've made. They're regretting the fact that they came after you. Okay, try to prevent you from moving on, right? This is somebody who didn't want you moving on from them. They wanted to control you in some way. I feel like they can't control themselves. How can they control somebody else? Right? They will forever be stuck where they're at until they do something different. They're going to continue to be in their own misery. All right, what do we got here? Anything I need? King of Pentacles, Seven of Cups, the Magician, and the Four of Pentacles. I'm getting like, I feel like this person's past pain and heartache, maybe those who have hurt them in the past, they continue to hold on to. And as a result, these wounds are unhealed. And they may have prioritized things in the material realm to really emphasize their importance in some way. They may do something that is unconventional, something that really is dark or unhealed. And this is entertaining like the earthly desires, like false sense of security and lust and temptation and all of those things. It's like also watching someone from afar and having some sort of like thoughts, some sort of feeling, some sort of like intentions here. I feel like they're dark. Someone may have done something really dark and dirty behind the scenes for financial gain, and it's from a place of wounding. I'm getting that they did this again so that they can feel worthy or enough. And I have the Magician in reverse. So this is telling me this could have something to do with like an abuse of power, an abuse of intention, or not creating something from the heart space, but doing it from a place of fear, desire. It's like the lower vibrational intentions here. So I feel like somebody is getting caught doing dirty deeds for money. That's what I'm getting for someone who's experiencing a Tower at this time. And I'm getting like people are finding out the tea. I feel like the tea has been spilt. All right. And so, keep it moving. Like that's their lessons to learn with those people that they created the mess with. All right. I feel like you've moved on. You understand what's going on now. You're realizing all this time that you've been waiting to find out, where things are at and why things happen the way they did and like what's going on with them, because what happened to you was very unfair and just, and you were bullied, you were gang stalked, you were abused, you were manipulated. They tried to control you. They tried to prevent you from doing what you came here to do. They tried to create an ending. I feel like you used the experience to expand yourself and your awareness and your consciousness. Okay, they too have things to learn. It's up to them whether they're going to be willing to learn them or not. And that part doesn't involve you. Your part of this contract and this experience has come to an end. All right, but that doesn't mean like their next leg of the race, they're going to be learning things with others. This is part of that process playing out. There's accountability here playing out with justice, So this helped elevate you. This helped you to know the truth if you didn't know all the details. If you need more information and specifics for your own personal situation, you can book a reading with me. I have numerous options. So you can find me on the website, betweenbothworlds.org. Take some time out to yourself. pour into you, and do what you love, okay? Like, this is what the energy is that you're meant to hold space for. All right, so continue to love your life, okay? They can't do shit. This world card is saying, like, you made it, baby. You did it, okay? So it's time to enjoy the good life, all right? You deserve it, and it's protected, okay? I love you. I hope you guys have the most amazing day. This was a super long reading. Yay! Bye now.